Order to the cloud for people. It's official now. All right. Some people are like, are we not recording? Okay, so we're recording now. I'm gonna let somebody else in the meeting room. So when you break it down, what we did was amazing. Imagine if like we all said, you know what, we're gonna work on a movie together where we all take the same character and make different scenes for it. With this volume of folks, we could literally make a whole show in a day. Because yeah, if I'm doing it myself, editing or like using video tools to generate an image, I only get one video, one image a minute or whatever. But if we swarm 1,000 people to these AI tools and start making stuff at once, imagine we could produce a whole set in one thing. So what I saw and got a sneak peek as is like a new world of collective development, which is like phenomenal. You and I, every one of us, are part of making history. Because before you couldn't do this unless you were somebody like Apple or Universal Studios, where you can like afford to have like someone shoot 5 versions of the movie as a pilot, and then we'll make the best one. Well, here in this scenario, we could collectively develop a property or a thing and then take it and run with it. Similar to like how big games like Super Mario will have this community of people that produce fan art. And then, but this is a new level of fan art. And so I really wanted to take that and future forward look of where we're all going. You don't have to be technical. You could be any age group, people all over the world. No matter what, you can still create together in this way and take it to that next level. And so what we're doing is we're updating the academy, um, the academy, so that we can start to have a place to showcase your work. So one of the plans is to upload all the images and videos that people posted. You'll get access to the prompt if people share them, and you'll be able to actually walk through and learn while consuming the content people created. So we're transforming this beyond just like you're taking a course to where this could be a repository where you come back and get previous prompts, example setups, tutorials, all the things that help you be better at implementing these things in your life. So, my mission, my goal that I implore each of you to be upon with me is we launched Vibe sessions to support your journey beyond intro to generative AI to active publisher. This is the most important thing of this shift we're in. You don't have to be technical. You don't even got to know a lot of these tools and technology to get started. But at the other side of it, you become a publisher. And I've noticed from each of you, we all have unique things. Some people work in chemistry. Some people work as dog, psychologists. I mean, I've seen everything under the sun from this phenomenal group. And what that tells me is we could take things that we learn and apply them across the board to all different kinds of use cases and spaces. So I'm here to arm you to go to the next level. Sound good? What y'all think about that? Okay, one quick update. So we had so many certificates that had to go out. Like I've never seen, usually typical courses, you have about like 5 to 10% completion. This was like the opposite of that. So imagine if you'd had a class where 80% of the people that joined college, I mean, like 99% of the people who joined college actually passed. Like it's a different kind of thing. So bear with us. I really do appreciate the patience. It's only because we want to be thorough and we don't want to like send like some generic message to everybody. We want to make it real solid. So unfortunately, it takes a little bit more time at scale here. Let's vibe. So we got 3 kinds of sessions. For those that are brand new, you probably are hearing for this one, but we got one that's on web apps. I think that one's really great for anyone who wants to do some coding. But again, traditional Python, server-side coding for vibe coding is just a mess. I don't recommend it for people. The technology's there, it's capable, it can do it, but it's a hair pull. And if you're technical enough to do all that, then generally you need a different way to use your agents anyway, because instead of it writing the code for you, it should be kind of helping you do your code. So it's just different to do anything else. But the place where people can make a lot of money the next coming years, and I think there will be new celebrities created, is on the web apps. Similarly, what we're talking about today, vibe design. So there's going to be just a whole world of creatives that are coming from this. Like a whole new type of artists are being developed, and that's coming now. And then lastly, I think any person in business will have routes to just truly accelerate their career. Like in every way, people are going to be able to, no matter where you are in your age or where you are in your stage, like the ability to do business better now is just unmatched. So everything from predictive modeling to better data entry to being able to source information better. There is so much that the people who adopt design and technology today, you're going to be ahead. So with that, we're digging into image and video today. So let me know in the comments, what is it you wanted to see today? What brought you to this session? What did you want? And I'll maybe answer a couple of them just to see. What were you here to looking to see today? Want to create cool videos for my work. Okay, yep, that'd be a good one. Gain more understanding on what we've already learned. Okay, yep. Continue to vibe to set up my brand. You're in a good spot, Augustus. We're gonna get you right. Some prompt engineering, some skills to be able to generate content via vibe coding. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to jump into some of these things today. So today, I'm going to speak just a little bit for the new folks. What is vibe design? Just so people are like, hey, what are we even doing? Like, what is going on? So I'll make sure that's available for people. Um, but as far as the scope, we're going to dig into how do you create scenes that allow for you to bring all the skill sets together for an output. So what we're going to do is create what's called scene seeds. Think of it like if I had a video that played for 30 seconds, if I took a screenshot from that video every 2 seconds and then took that, you'd get like maybe let's just say, um, like 15 pictures. So you got 15 pictures now. Can you take those 15 pictures and then turn them back into a new video? This is a key trick or a skill set that you'll see come up a lot in video. If you could do this basic trick, you're going to be able to do all other kinds of tricks down the road. Another one here for you, just so you're kind of, we're going to be digging into together, is some of the tips with image to video in general. So I'll show like just some things across different tools. We're going to look at Luma. We're going to look at Nano Banana. We're going to look at some of the more newer ones just today. Some of these are like more paid tools, but I think it's important for you to look there because what's paid today, literally by tomorrow, will be in some free tool. So, I'm not showing you these paid tools saying you need to buy them, but I'm showing you these because these are the features that are going to be in normal tools in the next couple weeks, probably even by, we wake up on Monday. And then some scene extension tactics, just some tips on how do you blend scenes together. So we're going to do prompting all under the hood here, but let's get to it. So first things first, vibe design. Like, what are we talking about? The point is, you don't have to understand Photoshop or any of these video tools. Like, you can really take advantage of design the same way someone could use AI tools to take advantage of coding. So you're designing visual effects or doing storytelling or creating cinematography that's interesting. There's so many things you can do that again puts you in a position where you're able to go into your community and bring a lot of value. So imagine you're just doing something as simple as like a family reunion. You have like a great grandpa or grandmother that's like, the family all favorite. You could take some of their old pictures, generate a picture of them, and then like generate what would they look like in the 70s, what did it look like in the 80s, what did it look like in the 90s, what did it look like in 2010 if they were young. So there's some, and then show how they all collage together. And then if you show that at the family reunion, everyone's like, oh wow, that's super cool. So it's these, what I will just put in front of you, vibe design can be professional. It could be something that can bring some value to you, like in your job or like helping companies create branding and promotion, but it also could be very human. These tricks I'm gonna show you today will make you like the life of the party. Like you just pull these tricks in different ways, everyone's gonna love you. So let's do it together. So first thing we're gonna do is the time traveler trick. Have anybody heard of this here before? Let me know in the comments if you ever heard of the time traveler game trick. And no, I don't have that much hair yet. I mean, I do, but it doesn't look like I don't have a fro. Have you heard of the time traveler's trick? Have you done this before? Anyone done this? Oh man, y'all is for a treat if you haven't done this before. This is gonna be fun. So I'm going to switch my screens that I'm sharing. And then I'm gonna share this screen again. And then I'm gonna go here. All right, can everyone see my screen? So what I'm inside is I'm inside of Google Gemini. For anyone that's got Google Gemini, you can kind of see this. And then what I can do inside of Gemini is all kinds of things. But what we're going to be focused on, think of Gemini, just for those that don't know, as just like ChatGPT. Same thing. You got your different chats on the left. You can choose different tools. And what we're going to choose is create images. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload an image of myself. So I'm just going to take this here and then we're going to move this over. And so I have in a folder a picture of myself that I generated. And it's called 80 Sam. Here we go. So here's the photo of myself I generated called 80 Sam. This is so simple. I say, can you make a 1960s style version? That easy. And this is why I want to show you why this is so important. Before to do this, I would have had to like do all kind of gymnastics inside of like a prompt editing tool. Um, it would have been crazy. But what's happening is people like Google with this tool Nano Banana, and then another one called Luma. There's so many. They're pushing the boundaries so far that there's leaving room for like free and smaller tools to actually adopt some of that. So now I got, hey, there's 60 Sam. I don't know. I mean, that looks a little more modern than I think, right? What age? If you had to place that in a year, what year is that style? What year we got there? You say 70s, you give it what is it, the shirt? That could be now, right? I don't know. Maybe the wrist, the belt cuff's giving me a little modern. Maybe the collar's a little old school, but in 2005, I agree. We're gonna go ahead and download this one. But let's go ahead and try another one. And I'm gonna do another one here. And you do and then I can get a little more crazy with it. I can say maybe make it more accurate to the time. Um, yeah, the posters on the wall give it away. But what this brings up is something I wanted to share with you when it comes to scene seeding. Is you want to understand, okay, now it's talking to me nice, groovy baby. What does that even mean? I want to answer, not a response. Authentic the time. And then I'll say, give me an image. If not, I'll just do it again. Okay. And I'm going to drag this over. Boom. And so
People
the
are
trick, yeah, the trick of scene creation or scene seeding is understanding the elements of an image. So in this example, look, it doesn't even look like me at all. So it's kind of like, what? What is this? And then you do some 70s in it, that's completely off. So sometimes it might get a little lost. And so what you want to do is go back to something we learned last week. So what I'm going to show you is a simple trick to help keep it to where you can get a good understanding across images. So I'm going to drag my image into here this time, and I'm going to say, can you create the essence of this image into a prompt so that I can use it to generate more images of that person. So this is going to give me something I can use as an anchor. And what it's going to do is describe this person in the scene. What are the elements of them? Like, what do they look like? What is maybe something that's their style? What is something that they're doing? They have a watch on. It'll give me these details, and then I can use these in piece to add to what I want to do now. So let me just say this. When I go to create a new chat now, I paste this in, and you see where this says vibrant 80s. I could then swap this wearing a 70s style. And then instead of like giving all the detail here, I can say outfit, authentic for the time. He's in a retro party scene with a disco ball. He's a retro party scene. Hey, boom boxes didn't exist at that time, right? We didn't have boom boxes in the 60s. The hyperreal essence of the 60s. All right. And then I'll go to create images. And then I'm gonna drag in that image like I did last time. What do y'all
Put
think
in
we're gonna
bell
get?
bottoms. Put in bell bottoms.
Ah, good call. Bell bottoms. I couldn't do it without the bell bottoms, really, to be honest.
You also have 70s and 60s.
Oh, here we go. Let me go 60s. That's where we're going. We're going to the 60s here. All right, we got it good here. We're good. All right. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Let me know what's good. All right, let's see what we can get. Fingers crossed. Okay, the face is off, but the fit is right though. I'm rocking with the
Jackson
fit,
5. It's the
you
Jackson
know?
5.
Fire Jackson 5. So how about this? Can you swap my face onto the body? Okay, let's see. I'll drag that over. Let's see if it actually does it. And so what you'll see is like, I'm trying to get my seed. And so I got some seeds for you already. We're going to use for it to speed up the exercise from here. But what I'm getting is a seed from each time period. And so again, it's struggling with me this time. Maybe it's not doing so well. So, okay, let me go to a new tool and try something. So what I'm going to do now is switch over to this tool called Luma. This is an image to video tool. It does image to video. It does image generation as well. But just so you kind of can see, I'm going to switch over screens here. And you should be able to see this screen. And that's my little guy, in case everyone's wondering, what the heck is this little baby? That's my little man. And so what you'll see is like, this lets you turn any image into a video. So you see, like I took that original image that we were using, and then, I got some dance moves. It's not quite my jam, but he's doing his thing. But what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how I can take multiple of those images and then combine them together. And so if you take this here, if I go to just start any tool, they usually work with this idea of keyframe. What keyframe means is you're going to give it a start and an end. And generally what you could do now is like, once I created one of those pictures that I liked, I could take that picture. So let's just say if I got that 80 Sam. And so that 80 Sam, I'll go ahead and drag it in there. And then if I want to have it to where I want to make what's called the time traveler's illusion is you generate seeds. So I generate a picture of me in the 60s, picture of me in the 50s, picture of me in the 70s, picture of me in the 80s. So I do each one, and then I can take them together and combine them. So again, this is a picture of me in the 90s. It's like a 90s style version of me. And then I have the version that's the 80s. Then I can say, can you make a smooth transition from time periods, keeping the person consistent. And so boom, that then just little simple thing. Again, I can play with the prompts. I can experiment. I can take the essence that I created, reload it in there and tweak it a little bit so to help keep it on sane. But what you're doing then is doing this between each period. So I start with, let's just say 1950s. If I end in 2020s, I have, let's just say, 7 pictures. I can then use that to generate 7 video clips. So showing each to each. And then once I have those clips, I can then combine that together into one video. And what you get is a very compelling video that shows like you evolving and how you would look over time in different time periods. This is just a fun exercise to do. It's really easy. Like as you see, like nothing I did was insane prompting. The main frustrating thing is like sometimes with free tools and like again, some of these tools again are not as good as Gemini, but you can experiment in the same way by saying, "Hey, can you make a version of me?" And so by getting that essence that we showed before, where it has an essence of you, and I'll show you this version. If I just did it without my picture, you'll see it looks something like this. You get this essence kind of capability that then will let you do all kinds of things. And so from a output, you're really just generating some initial scenes, so clips, images, and then from those images, you're chaining them together. And then those images chained together is what generate the outcome. Right now, you see like it keeps giving me the same person. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new chat. And it's that easy because sometimes like it gets down the road a little bit. So now I'll say, can you do the same thing? And this time I'm gonna drop in the 90s version. So this is that 90s version of myself. And then I'll say, take here, flip, can you convert an image into of the oh. And so on this one, you see it doesn't look quite like me the same, it's a little off, but still has that vibe. There you go, let someone in. There you go. While that's cooking. All right, so I got the 70s version of the guy. You know what I mean? I got the vibe where the bell bottoms. The bell bottoms are in business, baby. We got the bell bottoms. So now I go back here to Luma, so everyone can see Luma here. And I'm gonna go ahead and create a new one. So I'm gonna go grab this. I'm gonna go grab, and I'm gonna take 80s, and then I'm gonna grab that 70s one. Here we go. And then grab this. Put that in there. And we should be good to go. Boom, and then boom. Here you go. So I'm gonna add that over here. You can add that over here. And you blend a smooth traveler's transition between scenes. Boom. So that's queuing them up. And again, I can do the same thing just for those. I wanted to show an example here for Sora. For those that have ChatGPT, if you have a ChatGPT Pro or a Plus account, it does the same exact thing. The reason why I'm going to show you this is because you can see that the user experience is always going to be roughly the same. So you see here, like I can switch this to video. I can say, I want to build a scene here. So let me click exit. I'll click the wrong button. And then when I go to upload, I can upload my image same way. So go drag this in. You see that image? That's my image I'm going to use. Let me go back and then upload it. Upload from device. Feed. Here we go. Oh, look at Sora acting fun. So I'll try this. I got somebody in the room. There you go. Welcome back. So I got Sora cooking. Oh, that's why I'm out of credits already. That was fun. I'm out of credits. All right, so let me try this. I'm gonna switch over my account and then grab this. So I'm gonna go switch to create video here, new chat. So you see me show you with Luma. I got Sora going, that's cooking. I'm gonna let that one reload. And then what we got here is the same feature in VO. Again, I just want to make sure everyone knows it's the same functionality. You literally just upload a photo. So if I take a photo again, same concept, and then give it that description and say, can you animate the scene showing the vibe of the party? And so this one again is going to take that person in the scene and then animate it. And so in this scenario, again, this concept is still the same. I'm taking individual pictures, generating them across the series of a whole video I want to make. And then I'm essentially using tools to stitch them together through keyframe. So then I can make a final output. That same thing works for video clips. So like say if I generated in this example here with Luma, and I'll scroll down so you can see, for this here, how I generated this video of me dancing, I could then click where it says extend video. So if I click right here where it says extend video, you see how it pulls that video into the clip down here in the bottom? I'm gonna zoom in so anyone maybe you can see better. What this is showing you is like, it didn't just pull the picture, it pulled the whole video clip. Now, since it has that video clip, what I can do then is load in my other picture. So load in my in frame like I was doing before and say, I want you to take that picture of me kind of that video of me dancing, and then at the end of it, convert it to the 90s version of me. And it's that like core here that you'll use to stitch together entire clips. So you can have a 40-second video that takes a series of 5-second, smaller clips, but it makes a holistic experience. And the way I'm doing it is one fragment of a scene at a time. I make the scene images, turn those maybe into some video, and then I'll clean the video to the next one, turn that into a video, then clean it to the next one, and you end up with this tapestry. And that's really the like under the hood, the way that you get this ability to create these illusions, where even with simple tools, like you notice nowhere did I like use no complex, crazy prompt technology or anything. And right now, today, some of these tools are free in a way that like, the ones that you're using are free are not as powerful. But I'm really excited to share with you is that most of what you see me to do today, by the end of next month at latest, a lot of those things will be free. So like the market's moving super fast, and to be able to play in this space will get you there in a way that is really unmatched. So let me show you and pull back. I think there's a bunch of questions in the chat. I see I got 10 chats. Oh, okay, yeah. So what you want to let them know is that like, so sometimes like there's a problem of continuity. So the question Erica had is like, what does traveler have to do with in the prompt? So what you want to tell it sometimes when you're doing this specific trick where you're sequencing something from one character across different time periods, it's going to have trouble sometimes with continuity. And so by saying that it's a time traveler, that tricks the system to think, oh, this is the same person in different time periods. Otherwise, if you try to put yourself in different time periods and connect it, sometimes it gets confused and thinks, oh, there's no way this person from the 60s could live into 2025. So, or like this person in the 1860, for example, could live in 2025. So it would not think that that kind of fits. So time traveler is a good way I found for it to keep consistency of the character through different types of scenes. So great question. I think Erica, you asked. Would this usage that you're demoing be considered VLM? Yeah, yeah. So all these are like versions of LLMs. They're more generative tools. That's what the more better term is. So these are video generation tools. And then you saw me use image generation, but it works kind of the same concept of like I'm essentially allowing for me to dialogue with the tool. All right, I think people got some picks coming in. Hold on. Oh wow! Shout out to the team. You know what? We're gonna do this real quick. This is fun. I'm gonna drag this in here so everyone can see it. Shout out to my boy Ryan coming in. Hold on, we're gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna take a little sidebar. So for those that didn't attend the last session, we're going to do this little trick that we did on the last session. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. And we're going to switch down to this prompt. I'm going to put the prompt in the chat so everyone has it too. So this is the prompt I'm going to use. And then I'm going to load in that 80s picture of Sam. And then I'm going to say, hey, can you analyze and break it down? And then what you'll be able to do is take this prompt. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. Oh, this is a video one. Let me go ahead and go to new chat. Boom. Load in that image. And then boom. Now, once this is going to generate, again, this prompt that you all see on the screen here. I'll just move it out the way so you can see it. This prompt lets you, and this is what I went over on the last session. So the prompt is online. You can find it in the additional resources folder. But what you'll do is you'll use this to take any image and again, extract the meaning and the detail of that image. What you can do then is take this one here and then give it to someone. So like I say, let's put it in the chat. Let's just say this. And then I don't have full text, so I can't put the whole thing in here. So you just have to take some of it. Let's say if I put that in the chat, you all can take that chat or take that text and then use it in your image generation and generate a version and just change the text from like black man to like whatever your demographic is, and then throw in a picture of yourself. And so you can take the style of me from in that picture and make your version. And that's what Ryan did when we got the amazing, epic shot. Shout out to Ryan. Round of applause for Ryan, everybody. And so if you take away anything from today, and I really just can't implore upon you enough, experimentation, explore. There are so many tricks and best practices that I've been barely even uncovered in this world today. And what you just learned was how to create scenes, how to stitch those scenes together, and then how to use things like image extraction, so image essence extraction, so extract the essence from images to then stitch those things together. The best example of this, the one of the funnest that I recommend one of you do coming out of today is the time travelers experiment. Because even if you don't get it to work, you learn a lot. It's a fun thing to do. Now we go. Can't copy the prompt. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this. Additional resources. So I'm going in here and I'm going to actually update the prompt library. This is the place where I shared it, so you'll be able to have it. So everyone should have this link. It's in, hold on. Can you even click links? Let me see this. Can you click that link? Okay, I'll use that. Good call, Kat. Appreciate you, Kat. So that there should give you the place where you can get example prompts. And then I'll give you this one here. '80s Sam. And I'm going to take this prompt that we have here. And I'm going to say, boom. So you all should have that prompt right there. And again, literally you just copy and paste it and say, instead of a black man, I'll say this. Say this is a white woman or Asian man or African lady, whatever we want it to be. I could just switch this out and say, let's just say Indian man. Yep. Say Indian. Boom. Click new. Grab that in there. Upload my image. Um, And so what you're doing at the root of this is you're making it very easy to go between text, image, and video. I can take my video, extract some screenshots from it, turn that into images, use the image to extract the essence, then use the essence to create a new image, and then take that image to then stitch together to make new videos. Like that interactive process is a gold mine right now. And right now, the main bottleneck is like the more high-end tools are better, but that's not going to be the bottleneck forever. Okay, here we got. What y'all think in the chat? Is his swag solid? Look at the eyebrows. Now his fro is hitting though. That fro is pretty solid. Let's give him a name. Let's give him a name. This is my boy, Raj. Yes, they can. Everything will be online. Everything will be video recordings will be available. It's a great question, Augustus. Appreciate you asking. Okay. Oh yeah. So like as far as a scope today, again, I wanted to really do something different than last ones. The last calls, like we literally played until the bell. And then in the last like 30 to 15 minutes after we went even over. So I do for this session, I wanted to make it a little lighter. I wanted to make it a little bit more tight so that I can give more room for those that have been around for a while to ask any kind of questions. So the last, we have about 15 minutes or so. I do have maybe room to show one more thing. But before I did that, I just want to give room for people to ask questions, maybe even come off mute, share something you've learned, just really give you all a chance to share your thoughts and feedback today. Okay, yeah. Shout out to A. I don't know your full name. Shout out to A. He asked, can you share the videos? Yes, the videos for today and Tuesday are going to be uploaded, so you'll be able to have that. I would say Bruno Mars too. Somebody said to me, this is Bruno Mars. So it looks pretty Bruno Mars. I do see the style. And yeah, we will share the recordings. This was much easier to follow. Yeah, I figured that. I've been going to space for you guys a little bit. And so I wanted to make sure I give everybody some pacing, no matter where you are, you feel comfortable here. Oh yeah, I can show where everything's uploaded. So if you remember from how we got here, we had the academy. If I go to the academy, I go here, academy. And I think I see an old school player, Melissa in the chat. Shout out to Melissa. Melissa is one of like, she just ended up winning a recent award for us. I'll go ahead and give her a shout out in a second here, but I didn't know Melissa had joined us. She ended up winning an award. So if I click here if I go to the academy, make sure everyone can see what I'm seeing. Okay. You'll be able to, we've started, again, we're building out the academy for the bigger launch at the end of October. But what you'll see is if I go to the academy, I can see that home and I'll be able to see my courses. Because right now we only have the one we did together, but we're going to be adding a ton more courses over the coming weeks. Like really like interesting stuff, like cool stuff, but fun stuff. So if I click on this takes me into the course that we did last time. So you'll see here, this is like all the course information. There's this section called recordings, assignments, and additional resources. When I click here, you'll see that there's all kind of links, but the link you want is the additional resources folder. You click that link and you're in the folder where you can see all the resources from AI and 5, as well as the resources from the Vibe sessions. If you want to get access to the recordings of the Vibe sessions, you'll see they're right here in this folder too. You'll see where it says Vibe sessions. If I double click Vibe sessions, you'll see I got the recordings from all the sessions. So everyone should be able to access this. If there's anybody having an issue, just let us know. Any other comments in the chat? Make sure I give you guys some time. Oh yeah, yeah. So Jason, hopefully you saw that. Does that work for you having it all in one spot there? Okay. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are even liking this stuff. You could be like, you know what, this was a big waste of my time. Um, there's so much education out there. Maybe someone share what makes our education unique to you. Like, why do you come to us to consume, and what do you think is interesting about learning from our learning style that maybe you can't get elsewhere? I wanted to again give you time for the next 10 minutes or so This is where you get to help shape what the future will be. Do you want more sessions like this? I'm just open the floor for any feedback from people.
If I may, Sam, this is Lisette, and I keep coming to you guys because, I mean, just the fact that the whole concept of seeding and refining and seeding and refining has been so helpful in so many things, whether it's research, whether it's analyzing documents. So that whole concept of seeding and keep going and refining has been very, very helpful for me. So, and you guys do it so, it's so approachable and it's so easy to understand. And you guys are super, helpful with questions and all of that. So that's the reason why I keep coming back. So thank you so much for that.
You just warmed up my heart. Let's give a round of applause for Lizette, everybody. Well, we're going to keep on bringing it for you, and I'm so thankful that you're able to get value. Where you calling from? Just maybe leave us with that.
I'm actually local. I'm in Boulder. So
okay, so shout out to Boulder.
Yeah.
Go Buffs.
Yes, go Buffs.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Really great sentiment. Come off mute. This is where we, this is the family reunion right now. So anyone else want to share what they thought or their experience? Come off mute.
So your markdown files.
Oh, we got two at the same time. Nice. Go ahead. Ladies first, maybe.
So the markdown files, those are probably some of the best things about building anything, because they are explaining to the AI how to build. They keep it in line. It's kind of like giving it rules on how to play when you want it to do something. So you feed it those, and then when you feed it its rules and you feed it whatever you want it to do. So say I'm building a game. So I'm telling it how I want it to build the game, and then I'm telling it what kind of games I want it to build. It makes it so much more structured. It does things in a way that I don't have to go in trouble with loops. I don't get into trouble with that as much. If I do it without, I get into trouble with loops, and then I run out of credits.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone through 3 different providers because of running out of credits.
And
I
I'm
don't
gonna
run
give
out of
away a
credits
gift.
anymore.
I'm gonna give you a gift, everybody, in today, but I appreciate that. And where are you calling out of?
You're a girl, man. This is Melissa.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Give a round of applause, Thanks for coming
Yeah.
out and sharing. I think you're so spot on. Someone else is going to speak as well. I'd love to let you share a little bit.
Okay, that was me. I just wanted to shout out to the new people. This might seem really challenging and confusing at first. Wrap your mind around it. This is a really exciting time to be alive, and we're like riding the wave of this technology. This is the future. So hop on that wave and ride, man. This is so exciting.
Well said. Where are you calling from? I got to ask.
Yeah, I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado.
There we go. Colorado, stand up. I'm coming to Colorado. I have to do a live show there because the crew in Colorado is so vibes. If you haven't been to Colorado, I've been, it's so true, on point. Some of the best people I've met are from Colorado. So shout out to the Colorado folks. Maybe one more. I think somebody had their hand up. Srini.
Yeah, it's me. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. So first of all, Sam, thank you so much for this continuous session wherein it gives a lot of opportunity to learn. And two reasons why I think that this is one of the greatest things that I'm part of this session. One is that for every session, you take a unique use case and then you take that technology, any technology tool, whatever you prefer, and then you clearly describe the approach on how to meet that use case. So that is the thing that attracts me to be part of this vibe coding. And second point is, like at the end of the session, I get so inspired that I immediately go back and then go online, see, okay, how can I reproduce that? Just not because of the documentation, just want to try out the way that you explain, keep exploring, keep exploring. So I take that as a takeaway and explore it just to understand how the various tools work, what are the various possibilities, and then what we can do, and then what are the various other tools that which can be better than this. Thank you so much again for doing all this.
What an honor. Shout out to Dallas, Texas, another great city. We got good people. I guarantee you, if we did a potluck, we'd be all eating good.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. you know, Appreciate you, Srini. I think your points are right on. And so we got
thank you
five
so much.
minutes. I do want to give you a gift before we go and then tell you what's coming. So I'll do what's coming first and give the gift. So what's coming is we are going to make it to where everything that people share that they like about the courses is going to be even better to do. And so what I'm going to show you now is in the academy, this is where we're going to live. So you'll see right now I'm inside the academy. This is where you see our courses. If you click where it says showcase, this is where all the work we've done is going to start living. Right now, we did a vibe coding course. So you'll see the projects here are projects that are like live web apps from that session. But what's going to happen is we're going to have the videos here, the images, and then the markdown files. So what this means is you'll be able to come here and get prompts from other people, assistant prompts, so like markdown files like we talked about that'll let you give rules and guidelines to your AI. So what we want to become is the hub for vibe design and vibe coding, and not just like watching the stuff. So like seeing what people have done, but getting access to how they did it. And so as a community, we all become publishers. We now can publish our stuff here. And what's so powerful, I'm excited about, if you click on one of these, you can see like it's a working interactive site. What I can do is then, since we're GenAI Works, we have the hugest community in the world, 6 million followers on LinkedIn, we're going to be promoting people's works. So for the first time, we're going to be the place where vibe promotion, vibe content can get discovered and promoted. This is huge because this means any one of you can transform your careers. If we start publishing here and dropping resources and we grow this together, look at this call. We got 37 people. With 37 passionate people publishing and releasing and supporting each other's stuff, and then this huge brand promoting it on LinkedIn, we can transform our careers. And so what my goal is to put it in a position to where every one of us went from like somewhere in our life journey to at the front lines of innovation. So even if you were happened to be just a teacher who just happened to join a random call, that was your induction into the innovation of the future. Like that's the thing. Because if we do that, we create, I think, what's a new space that AI really stands in. And that's an economy, a culture, a community where we have less functional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is what it's called. Sorry about that. So frictional unemployment, for people that know, is like people learning new tools or getting new jobs. There's generally going to be some unemployment as people transition. So it's considered a part of the friction of innovation. And so right now in this time with all the innovations happening, that's happening at a fast rate for most folks. But what technology and the tech tactics that we're teaching and what we're focused on, continuous learning, you know, innovative technologies that let you apply skills. These things are meant to bridge so that ability for you to go from role to role or space to space is like easy because your skill sets are universal. Vibe design is universal. Vibe coding is universal. Whether I'm doing images, whether I'm doing flyers, whether I'm promoting my own business, these concepts can be applied in your life. And so that's the ultimate anchor and opportunity. Number one, I wanted to share with you is we are creating a hub for this technology and this learning experience that can let us not just be able to see and watch, but get promoted and consumed. Y'all ready for the gift? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all a link here, and this is where it's gonna get crazy. Right now, this is still very early, so please bear with me. The link I'm gonna give you, and I'm about to pull up on the screen, you need to have a web GPU browser, so you need to be using something like Google Chrome. And this is the trial version I'm making before I publish it to the showcase. What I'm gonna give you will be on the showcase eventually, so you'll be able to use it and access it freely there. But I'm just giving it to you now because I gotta get it in people's hands, right? Give people a shot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this, drop that in there. I'm gonna put the link in the URL. This takes a little while to load and it's a little finicky the first to start. But what this is a free language model. I mean, literally free. So I'm about to give you ChatGPT for free. And the coolest part is you won't even, once it sets up, you won't even need the internet to use it. You can use it for free anytime, forever. And what this is like it's ChatGPT, so a large language model running in your browser. So essentially, it's caching. What you'll see is caching the model on my computer in my browser. And again, it's about 700 megabytes, the size of a PlayStation video game. Um, so again, I don't want you can even do it on your cell phone, but if you don't have a lot of space on your computer, it might not fully load. But what you'll be able to do is like now I can talk to the LLM. So if I click debate and it's on my computer, I can say hello. And instead of it going to ChatGPT, it's on my computer. So imagine we have ChatGPT for free. Now this link I guess is gonna be taken down soon, and because I'm gonna be actually merging it into the showcase. But I was like, yo, I got to put this in the hands of these folks so they get to take a look. So this will allow for you to use ChatGPT for free, no internet at any time. Now I'm still building out the functionality, but one of the things that's interesting is I've actually implemented a memory system. So it actually has memory, and so this is like a whole new level because what I did was I went and looked at research papers on memory because like all the old school stuff like is just pretty trash. You heard people talk about what's called RAG, and people talk about like um, what is vector databases. This is maybe for not too technical. You might not know, but the way that people do memory for AI today is pretty trash. Think of it like reading from a CD. Like literally, they have this huge database. It's like a big CD that's flat, and then like the system kind of analyzes for spots along the CD. It's trash. And so the reason why people that's is pretty bad is because like you have to build all these separate like systems on top to optimize it. So that's why memory is just really hard. But there's some new papers that have come out. One of them is called HMEM. You just type in HMEM and you'll see it out there. There's like this new paper, and it literally just came out in July. And so like what I recommend for everybody that really like understands like and start to put these concepts, you want a little bit go further. Like if you're just taking what's in the market already, you're already late. What where the breaking news is going and looking up research papers and then doing the seeding technology that I taught everybody that we've learned together. Because then I can take new research papers, combine that with the coding of or the framework of an API, and then say make a new version of that real. And so I took this new framework of how to do memory like human memory, which is hierarchical memory. Think of it like a 3D shape of memory versus a flat CD, like a database or um, a RAG, architecture. And so now I can generate a new way of doing memory that's more human-like. So as I talk to this tool, let's just say here, can you remember my favorite color is electric blue. And so I just told it, remember my favorite color is electric blue. And so then that is being stored in the memory. And so you'll see here, you see how like it remembers favorite color electric? If I go to my favorites, here it actually stored that conversation. It remembers it. Okay, your favorite color is blue. This is insane. Like, this is technology. What this now means is with this tool, you can, and let me just show you guys can see, I can connect different models to this. So it automatically downloads the smaller llamas model, but say you use some of the different bigger models we have here. And we have vision models. They're larger, so again, they're going to take up more space, so don't do it unless you have bigger space on your computer. But in general, what this means is like there's a future where everything can run locally on your computer. And I wanted to make that real for every one of you. So thanks everyone for joining. I know we went a little bit over, but I feel like, I got to give you guys the gifts. You gave me some time. So here's a free GPT forever. How y'all feel about that? Was that worth the time? Awesome. And just so you'll see there's some features in here, it does do self-training, so it can learn from your data over time. Um, and then it also does have the ability for you to toggle on different things. Like I want to be able to have it read documents. So or can read images. So you'll see it has document processing. So if I turn those on and save it, then I can go to my context here, and you'll see where it'll say has files down here under context. I can actually upload files and stuff, so I can read documents, etc. So still working on it. Remember, I'm just a one-person dude on the side doing this over the weekends. So like, lower your expectations on functionality. Don't beat me up too bad. But what I do want to say is that if I can do it, you can do it. And if I'm literally as one person able to make ChatGPT free for people, imagine what we can do together. With that all, I appreciate everybody. This has been another vibe session. See y'all on the next one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Keep up. Looking forward to the next one.
Awesome. See you all next Tuesday.
Thank you. Bye.
I have more gifts too. More gifts. See everybody.
See you.